Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work. So let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods here on day number 4, end of day number 4 of the Jason Garrett saga. And all I can say is, what the F? I don't know. But before I get to that, let me give a shout out to all the people who have become channel members for me. I appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, make sure I put a post in there for just you guys. Email me at cowboysmark94gmail.com so I can get you your shot glass, because let's face it, right now it is drinking times for the Dallas Cowboys, because Jerry Jones literally makes you drink. That's all I can tell you. So I want to make sure I send everybody who became a channel member their shot glass. In fact, I'm ordering some more shot glasses and stuff. So here we are, the end of another day. We know that other teams have already started meeting with people. We know Redskins have already got Ron Rivera and been announced, and that they got Jack Del Rio as defensive coordinator. They look to be making moves. The Giants, of course, have talked to Chris Richard already, and Mike McCarthy's coming in, Josh McDaniels, and Browns. They want to talk to everybody, and they have an interest in Urban Meyer. That's the first Urban Meyer somebody's been talking about. But the one guy you haven't heard too much about is Lincoln Reilly. Now, I don't know what's going on with Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, it doesn't appear that he had a meeting with the Joneses, that he just appeared to come to work to do his job. Not that I really know what his job is. And if somebody knows, please, get back to me on that. So, here we are, while other teams are making moves and planning, and we have a lot of free agents, 26 to be exact, that we have to figure out by the 18th of March if we want to hold on and make offers and deals with. We have to decide what kind of defense we're going to run, what kind of offense we run, so that way those players that we have in free agents that we deem not fitting our system, they can go elsewhere and get jobs. And we can target ones that will. But we, as Cowboy fans, of course, can't do anything regular. So, one of the things I did a live stream. I just got back home, and my wife has, if we have some friends over, so we're going to go out and get a late dinner and stuff together. So I got to finish this up so I can get going. I did a little live stream while I was eating at McAllister's Deli with Michael. And so many people come through and say, stop blaming the coach. It's not Jason Garrett's fault. So, it's your quarterback sucks. It's just Dak Prescott. So if you're going to put Dak in that, then you also need to put Tony Romo in that, because Tony Romo had basically the same situations that we have in the same offense and had the same lack of success as far as Super Bowl goes as well. But here's an interesting thing, and this is from ESPN Stats and Info. They actually have, this is the perfect image right here. Longest current tenured head coaches with the same team. Bill Belichick, of course, New England. He's been there since 2000. Sean Payton came from Dallas. That's right, he was actually here in Dallas. To New Orleans, 2006. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh, 2007. John Harbaugh, Baltimore, 2008. Pete Carroll, 2010, Seattle. And Jason Garrett was hired the same year, 2010. One of these don't belong with these names, and that's Jason Garrett, because 5 of these guys have won at least one Super Bowl. Some of them have been to more than one Super Bowl. Some have won more than one Super Bowl. But here's the amazing thing. I want you to think about this. Sean Payton, him and Drew Brees were heroes in New Orleans. Because after Katrina, after the devastation, they were the bright, shiny star in New Orleans. Remember, New Orleans was the team that came up with the bag over their heads. They were always the Aints. But he brought pride and joy to New Orleans. Funny thing was, after they had the 7-9 season, and a defense that just could not do it, they had Rob Ryan as a defensive coordinator, and they were literally 32nd. Yeah, and so all you guys that keep saying, let's get Rob Ryan. No, we've done Rob Ryan, okay? We've done Rob Ryan, and Rob Ryan ain't great. He's with the Redskins as linebacker coach right now. Don't want him for a defensive coordinator. Scratch any Ryans off your list. But he was on the hot seat. He was on the hot seat. Now, of course, things turned around. Of course, they gave him an extension. Mike Tomlin. He won a Super Bowl and was at a second Super Bowl. And every year, they're a playoff team just about. After losing Big Ben and their running back and wide receiver and things and having hard times to start the season, he was on the hot seat. In fact, we were talking about, if Jason Garrett doesn't make, maybe we'll get Mike Tomlin. Redskins were talking about getting Mike Tomlin because he was going to be fired. A guy who won a Super Bowl and went to a second. John Harbaugh won the Super Bowl against his brother not that long ago. He was on the hot seat last year about being replaced, had worn out his welcome. We're talking about the coach of a team that used to be the Cleveland Browns, who, by the way, have won 2 Super Bowls. Pete Carroll, back-to-back Super Bowls, should have been 2 back-to-back wins. But boneheaded call in the end, defense always blamed him. He kind of was, his seat didn't get hot, but it was kind of like somebody who's really warm had been sitting in it. So when he got and sat in it, it was really warm. He had kind of worn out his welcome there. Yeah, Pete Carroll. And then there's Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, who hasn't sniffed a Super Bowl. A guy who hasn't even sniffed the NFC Championship game. A guy who you could argue has had more talent on the field than any of these guys. With the exception of 1 year, you got to look at him and say he's had a great quarterback, except for 2015. You can look at it and see every year he's had a damn good offensive line, if not the best offensive line in football. You can look at it and say, between Marco Murray and Zeke Elliott, you've had some of the best running attacks, even with Run DMC. You had great running attacks, but you've had no success. I don't see where the questions are with Jerry Jones, unless it is they are already set on who they want, and they're just enjoying the limelight. It's playoffs, and everybody is watching us. They think we don't know what we're doing. We are having meeting after meeting. Jason Garrett, well, we're going to prevent him from getting another job, but we're going to make him work out the whole contract. We're going to make sure we get our full value out of it. And then when everybody's ready to talk about something big in the playoffs, bam, we're going to throw down that trump card. We're going to put down that joker. Psh, we got our coach. Now, Mike Fisher and some of the other talking heads seem to believe that it's Lincoln Reilly that they're targeting. And it seems like that's the one guy that nobody is talking about right now. We got Urban Meyer being talked about, of course, with the Browns. By enemies being talked about, of course, with the Browns. Josh McDaniels with the Browns, the Giants, and the Panthers. Mike McCarthy with. All the big names that are out there are being spoken for. Matt Rule, with the exception of Lincoln Reilly. And we also heard, of course, that a quarterback, blue chip quarterback that had signed a letter of intent, took his letter back because he had in there that if Lincoln Reilly is not the coach, I'll go elsewhere. So there's that. That's what it is in a nutshell here at the end of day number 4 We haven't heard about any meetings tomorrow, so I wouldn't expect any announcements tomorrow. If they're going to make any announcement, I would say if the Eagles win on Sunday, if the Eagles win on Sunday, the Cowboys will make an announcement on Monday to steal their thunder. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's all I got for you right now. I got to go up here and get my shoes on so I can get ready to get out the door. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys later.